Should I wear the hat?
Wear the hat.
My braces are metal. So, doesn't that mean that thing would go? Every metal detector I'm gonna go through is going to ding because of my...
I'm pretty sure it's a different kind of metal.
It should be. But it is magnetic though.
They are? I don't remember that.
I
Yours
used to
were?
stick magnets on the outside of my
What?
You never did that! You never put magnets on your lips and were like, hey, okay, dick.
If anybody would do that, it would have been me, and I have no recollection
You
of
never
doing
did
that.
that. I did that all the time.
This conversation took a very unexpected turn. Wheel braces set off an airport metal detector. No, your braces will likely not set off a metal detector at the airport because they're made of lightweight metal that are not detectable by airport scanners. I was just trying to decide if I should wear the hat. The thing is, I'm gonna have to carry the hat everywhere.
The thing is that you're gonna wish you had brought the hat and brought.
What if it's raining? Then I'm gonna wish I brought the hat.
Exactly.
It's so much cuter than an umbrella. Wear the hat or not to wear the hat.
I literally already told you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Breeze guests from up front. My name is Mike, I'm captain for today's flight 651, service to Washington Dulles. Glad to have you on board. I know we're just a few minutes behind schedule, but good news is we got a tailwind today, and I think we can make most of that time up and get you to Dulles pretty close to on time. Depart runway 27 once you get airborne, looking at 1 hour, 5 minutes of flying time at 27,000 feet. Weather in Dulles, though, is not too bad. Winds are out of the south, good visibility, mostly cloudy skies, temperature 52 degrees. Thanks for joining us. Glad to have you on board.
About a month ago, I hatched a plan to go on a trip with my siblings. Some really cheap flights had come up from our local airport, and I had a free night in a hotel thanks to a credit card reward. My family hadn't been in over 10 years, and though we planned a trip in 2018 that even included a White House tour, our plans fell through. The goal was to see as much as possible in a short amount of time. We started at the National Archive. For some reason, they've arranged this to be kind of a free-for-all. They tell everyone to just go up and look at the documents. Not everyone seems to understand this, even though you're told when you come in. So a lot of people queue up from the side and then are miffed because everyone else is just cramming around trying to get a look. At first, I thought maybe they were trying to be democratic with the system to give people a sense of liberty when looking at these great documents. But on second thought, the system seems more like an anarchy. While I appreciate the casualness of this arrangement in a place that's full of bureaucracy and rules, it was a little hard to see. Hey, look. Probably not.
Ta-da! And it's only $5.
It's only $5? Deflation.
Hold up, I need this.
It's kind of cute. Does he have a name?
Obviously it's Benjamin.
Cool. Does it say?
Obviously.
Ben Franklin Bear. That's correct.
Look at the glasses.
It's so cute.
They're ugly.
I think it was, okay, last time I was here, it was, look at this.
Yes. For... Oh, yeah, you should. Okay.
Find the least warpest.
Should I stop recording?
Yes.
I forget how to do that.
Whenever it's up to me to plan a trip, there are a few essential things that I always try to include in the itinerary. A couple of them we've already marked off the to-do list, coffee and pastries, but the third one is art. And in Washington, D.C., there is the National Gallery of Art, which I had never visited before, even though we had tried to go in on that family trip all those years ago. Seeking shelter from the rain, they promptly threw us back out because it was too close to closing time. So I was pretty excited to go here and see what they had. Not everyone in our group was as enthusiastic as I am about art, but we did manage to find something for everybody, and we spent most of our time admiring the landscapes and portraits in the first section of the museum. We touched briefly on the Impressionists before we finally left, having gotten our fill of art for the day, but I thoroughly enjoyed this visit, and I would love to go back someday and browse the whole collection more thoroughly. This is me and you when we're matching. Originally, my hope was to get a tour of the White House, but when I called our local representative's office, they explained that there were no White House tours available for March, and I suspect that there were also none available for April or May either, after some additional thought, but they kindly offered to arrange a Capitol tour instead, which we happily agreed to. I'm hungry.
They do that to check what?
For concussions? Try their one. The cake? It's really good.
Tastes like olive oil.
It is olive oil.
We would have like barely any time to get back to our hotel.
We weren't exactly sure what to expect when going into our Capitol tour, so we were pleasantly surprised when our representative introduced himself and proceeded to lead us on the first leg of the tour himself. We went through the tunnels that connect the House office building, where our tour began, to the Capitol, up through the basement, and into the rotunda, where he proceeded to show us into the quarters of the Speaker of the House, which is not usually part of a tour. They took us out onto the Speaker's balcony, which is above where an inauguration usually takes place, which is definitely exclusive and not open to the public. And we even got an official photo. Because I had been communicating by email to arrange this tour with the representative's office, I was kind of hoping to get a copy of this photo by email, which I didn't. And then the following Sunday, my sister heard from her friend that her brother had seen our photo in an email he got from the representative. For a bit, we were all confused. Like, why did Jared get a copy of our photo when we didn't? And then we realized we got this special treatment because they needed it for their constituency newsletter. That was a pretty funny realization, but we did get a pretty cool experience out of our end of the bargain. After that, the rest of our tour was led by a staff member, and they did a fantastic job. We were also provided tickets to see the House and the Senate, which we got to see the House in action, but unfortunately the Senate had just adjourned by the time we got there. I was especially pleased with the fact that we've been able to arrange this tour after we left the Capitol and saw the hordes of people waiting in line outside, because when I was planning this trip, there were no tours available to schedule ahead on the day that we visited. So if you're planning a trip to Washington, D.C. and you want to see the Capitol, definitely reach out to your congressperson's office and arrange it through them. Can't promise you're going to be a part of an official photo op, but you never know. This was also our last official stop for the trip, and after grabbing a bite to eat for lunch, we hopped on the metro and headed back to the airport, and thus ended our very short but very exciting spring break.